I'm just waiting for my friend Raj to join us, who's a doctor, and she's going to be advising us about a skin regime. I'm just waiting for her to join. It's 4 o'clock. Hi, 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 hi. I don't know how you do. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi, Neelam. How are you? No, Ziad, I'm in London right now. Oh, thank you. I actually feel really tired today. Hi, Neelam. How are you? Thank you. We're just waiting for Dr. Raj to join us. Thank you for your sweet comments. I'm okay. I'm just really tired today. Hi, Badran. How are you, bro? Bro, I'm doing good, thanks. We are waiting for Dr. Raj, who's actually late. Hey, VJ. You know something? I was actually going to message you today just to check in on how you were doing. But it's just like, as you can see, I'm so tired today. I don't even know why. I'm just like super sleepy today. So you must have read my mind, VJ. So I was actually thinking, I was like, I have to message you today. Hi, everyone who's waving. We're just waiting for Dr. Raj to join us. Let me just check on my other phone. I don't know where she is. Hi, Vaishaki, how are you? I need you to recolor my hair, by the way. Look, can you see it's gone like red again? I'm doing good. Rohit, I'm doing good. I'm just like super tired today. We're just waiting for Dr. Raj to come online. And she's my favorite GP. And there you go. We're just waiting for Dr. Raj. Where is she? Okay, while we're waiting for Dr. Raj. No, we're just gonna have to wait. Sorry. We should just say 4 o'clock actually. Hi, Sean, my Goan brother. I did a flying kiss already. Hi, Kosara. If I get your names wrong, I'm sorry. I'm really bad with pronunciations. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was a pleasure working with him. It was an absolute pleasure working with him. He's like super fun. Hey, Elena, how are you? Oh, that's really that's really sweet. Thank you. Don't make me laugh too much because then you can see how tired I am. Damn, I'm like exhausted today. Yes, Neelam, everything's okay and fine. Thank you. Okay, I think I might have to sign off. Hi, Lokesh. Until Dr. Raj. I don't know where she is. I got 4. It's 4:04. Hey, waiting. Not too sure where she is. I miss you too, Neelam. Yes, I have 11 cats. But I love dogs as well. I love all animals. London, I don't think really had much of a lockdown. Like if you compare it to like India or other places in Europe. Thank you, Hassan. Hi, Rajan. How are you? I miss you taking my photo. Lots of love to you as well, Lokesh. Hi, pretty. Oh, Luke. You know, I remember. I don't know when I'll be back in Rajasthan actually. Hi, Sid. I'm doing good, thank you. And I don't know where Dr. Neelam is. Yeah, no, my eyebrows I like keeping like super thick. Hi. Where is Raj? Okay, no. You know something? Whilst we're waiting for Raj, we could do a live thing. Still waiting, Raj. So I hope everyone's okay. Luke, if I call you, I hope you pick up. I know it's late in India now. Hi. Okay, thank you for everyone joining, but we're actually just... I am Sid. I'm okay. I hope you're okay as well. I hope everything's all right. Hi, Arhan. I'm okay, thank you. How are you doing? It's okay, Luke. Don't worry. It's probably like someone we probably know just hating saying my lips look dry. It's fine. Thank you, Arjit. You're very sweet. Thank you, Kusra. See, the thing is, if some people want to be rude, then I don't really care. But it's just maybe like have a look at yourself first before trying to critique me. So whatever. So Avan, there was a new project that I actually filmed, but because of everything that's happened, pretty much loads of Bollywood films are going to be pushed to like at least the end of the year, possibly next year. I know a lot of you are sending me live requests and I really want to join you. I want to like add you, but I have to wait for Dr. Raj whenever she decides to show up. Hi Rajan, I'm okay, thank you. Hi Rena, long time. Thank you Lokesh. Thank you Roger. Thank you Arjit. Thank you. Thank you for your kind compliments. I'm actually really, really tired today. Hi. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to sign off. Okay, I think she's joining now. So Dr. Raj I've known for like several years. She actually used to be a model and a top Asian model at that. But she focused on her medicine and she's now Sagnik, hello. She's now happily married with a baby. Yes, of course I remember you, Rajan. And she'll be joining us to give us advice. She now focuses like on beauty and on skin. Thank you everyone for being super lovely when I feel crappy today, but thanks. We're just waiting for Dr. Raj to join us, which should be any minute now. Anoop, hello. Hi, Amda, is that how you say it? Natik. Okay, Raj is joining us in 5. So Raj will be able to offer you lots of advice. She actually has, hi Anoop. She has her clinic, I believe it's at Heathrow Airport, which is in the UK. But she's super passionate like about skin. She knows all the latest skin regimes that you should be doing, as well as just like general health things, not just like your physical health, but also Hi Summit, also mental health as well. So the reason why I'm doing the live with her is because I think it's important for us to discuss a lot of medical issues, and she's actually overly qualified. She's a super geek like me, so I just feel that in an uncertain time it would be nice to hear some medical advice, because a lot of people I know don't have access to medical care, like depending on where you are in the world. So if you want to ask her any questions, you can. Thank you, Said. Natik. Sagnik. So also what Sagnik and I are doing, his mother runs a really, really amazing charity in India called Summer Villa, and it looks after a lot of disabled animals, like strays. So what we're doing is that I've got a whole bunch of DVDs, clothing, everything that's in India that we're going to be doing kind of like an auction sale on to raise funds for the Summer Villa Foundation. So that's something that Sagnik and I, thank you Sagnik, that's something that Sagnik and I are planning very, very soon in the future. Thank you, Lokesh. You're super sweet. Everyone is like super sweet and super lovely, and I truly appreciate your support. Sweet smile. So Raj should be on any minute now. You see me looking down because I have another phone. Aw, thank you, Avan. Thank you, Arjit. Hi, Keith. So Dr. Raj will be joining us any minute now. So feel free to ask her any kind of concerns or just general tips or medical advice that you might want to know. So we are just waiting for her. Bye, Said. How have I been live for? 10 minutes. Hi, bonjour, SDPD. Time to numbers. Hi, Shiv. Okay, now we have the Face Bible joining us. I know, Sid, I miss you too. Let's do like a plan of action for what the next stage will be. So we have Raj. Okay, there you go.
So known as the Face Bible. We're just waiting for her. Raj. Hello.
Hello.
I was like
waiting
like 10 minutes
first.
before. That's okay.
Literally, I was trying to put my request in. Sorry, I'm late. I was putting the baby to bed, but I was putting my request in, and you were like, "The Face Bible's joined." I was like, "Is she accepted me?" No. But how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you? Congratulations,
oh my God.
the baby.
Thank
I can't
you
believe
so
it.
much, you gorgeous
We've both
thing.
come
I have
so
to say,
far.
it's been like, what, 10 years? Literally?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Since we
Like,
spoke
seriously,
face
we've
to
both come
face.
so
But
far. It's like, yeah, but we still talk. We still gossip.
you are just, I mean, amazing. You've done so well. And thank you so
you.
much for coming onto the live with, obviously, you know, with us today. And obviously to talk about your journey. So many people have been sending me questions, really inspired by you. And, you know, just wanting to know really how, obviously, how you basically look after yourself. Obviously, do lockdown, through the suit modeling, through the acting. And obviously, I wanted to say, obviously, you're a massive philanthropist, and obviously, you look after so many animals, and you've done such great things. I've been keeping up to date with it, with bringing animals over to the UK as well. So, just really proud of you.
As well, that you know, you're an incredible doctor. So if they have any questions that they to ask you as well. Like we both, when Raj and I met, I was studying law and she was studying medicine.
And like, can you believe 10 years forward? Literally, we've done it. Like we're here. We've been backstage with our books out, right?
Literally, it feels like a lifetime ago when we were doing like shows and everything like that. So I'm really happy for you, and I'm so proud of you.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. Same
You need
sentiment.
to find me. You need to now find me the perfect husband. Seriously.
I know, right? I've been thinking this for a while now. Is she single? Is she not? But now I'm on the case for you. So
I'm just tired today. I don't know
what. How have you? So you're in London now, aren't you? So you're not in India at the moment.
Like I'm in London, right? Yeah, so London, like it's always nice being home, you know. And it's just, I think everyone's routine because of the lockdown has been messed up. So even I today was super tired. Like I just feel it today. Really tired.
And obviously you won't be going back now until obviously flights and things are going and everything, I guess.
I think like international travel is off the cards for like a long time, to be honest. So I'm just going to focus on my career here in the UK, like in terms of film.
Yeah,
because
amazing.
I enjoy acting.
And the thing is film and modeling, because obviously you are amazing at that, and you're literally a pro, aren't you? I don't think there's any magazine or publication you haven't been in.
Now I prefer doing the now I prefer doing the acting side of things. Like everything else is just like.
So you'll have to talk a little bit about that, because obviously, you know, when we were last connected, you were doing modeling, and then you went in and started doing acting. So tell us about how things progressed for you and how you got into that. Did you fall into it? Did you want to get into it? What happened?
No, like I think everything just like kind of happened, you know, like with modeling I got scouted, and then I started booking like all my editorials, then I started doing my commercials, and then kind of film just came up, you know, with Kapoor and Sons, and just everything kind of just went like that. So it was kind of like a natural transition.
Did you take any acting classes, or did you just find that it was naturally quite easy for you?
Oh, someone said to sit back a bit. Anyway, no, I did several like workshops and things like that, which I really enjoyed. But I think like modeling is like silent acting. So
because you're obviously having to express expression, aren't you? Exactly.
And it's kind of like you're exposing yourself raw as well. You know, you have to really like expose your soul in these kind of things. You can't be shy or embarrassed to do stupid things. That was
amazing. So tell me then, let's talk about, because everyone's been asking about your skincare routine. So tell me, what do you do for your skincare?
I was just gonna say your hair is so nice and long. Mine feels so short
Oh, do you
compared to
know what?
yours.
I've just taken my extensions out. Like I had extensions in, and
But they
during
look really
lockdown, I
nice.
thought I'm taking it all out. I'm going to go all natural, and
Your hair's
it's a
really
bit
nice.
wispy on the ends. You can probably see. Look, but it is what it is. Trying to grow
No,
it,
so
you know.
wait, are we
But yeah,
both
so
in? People can see us because wait, some people are saying, my face is being cut.
yeah, I think you just maybe sit. Yeah, no, sit back a little bit, maybe. But better
That better.
because yeah, I can see you now. Perfect. Okay,
Oh
so
yeah, and
tell us
people used to say that
what
we were
your
sisters.
day-to-day skincare routine is.
So basically, I always exfoliate my skin. That's like the
Mm.
main thing. Always like exfoliate, and I use a cleanser and I use a toner, and then I moisturize, and that's it. I always keep my regime
What
like
sort of products? 'Cause obviously in India, I guess it's obviously quite humid at times, and you've come from the UK and had to adapt to that. So what sort of products do you got like sort of go to kind of keep your skin looking fresh? So obviously when you're on it, you know, cameras are unforgiving when you're acting or obviously, you know, modeling, you need to have that glow, which you do
yeah.
have. So tell us a little bit about what products you go to.
So I always mix up my products. I'm lucky that a lot of brands send me products to test.
Yeah.
So I like using Kors, I like using Murad. There's
Mm.
also a different brand that I discovered when I was in the US called Eve Lom, which is
Oh yeah, Eve
amazing.
Lamp's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, products are really amazing. And in terms of moisturizing, I use Elemis, but like I mix it
Okay.
up between Elemis and Kors. And I keep even, I don't, I mean, you know me, I've never really worn much makeup. I'll just wear like a
No.
bit of mascara. But I just keep it really clean and simple. And I always make sure like my eyebrows are on point. Like that's the main thing.
Yeah, you
Because I
have
feel
some
like if your
insane
eyebrows,
eyebrows.
yeah, like I feel if your eyebrows are like clean and clear, then
Yeah.
that's all you really kind
Yeah.
of need. Because that can really affect like, your face shape and everything like
Of
that.
course. And when
Yeah.
you're obviously you use different products and for your skin, but do you ever find that if you've got breakout, you get breakouts? If you have
No, I
breakouts,
do. I do look
yeah.
out. So I generally use toothpaste on my
Do
spots.
you?
Yeah. Because it dries it out. And the
And does it
weirdest
actually
thing,
work
like
for you?
yeah, it works. And what people find really weird as well, what I use is I use hemorrhoid cream on my spots.
That yeah, that kind of because I can understand the drying nature of it, right? So
Yeah,
it's trying to
it just
obviously
like
get
it
rid of
just
the
dries. Yeah, for me, it just like dries it out, and then it's like gone. I try not to pick them. I just wait for
yeah,
a
obviously picking is not a good idea. And do you ever get
so
any scarring or marks left behind, or are you quite lucky it just pops away?
I've got a lot of cat scars, like on my cats. But generally, no, sometimes it will be like, it will leave like a dark mark because my skin
Yeah,
is actually fair.
yeah.
And then after time, it just fades because I constantly just exfoliate the skin.
Yeah, so
So
obviously exfoliation
Neutrogena,
is so important, right? You need to make
yeah,
sure you exfoliate
that's
those
one
dead
of the
skin
things.
cells.
And
But yeah,
I exfoliate
I guess if
morning
something's
and evening.
working for you, you don't need to obviously change that up. But one thing, obviously, because you are traveling between different climates and things as well, definitely popping in a chemical acid might be a good idea. So I just did a post on different acids, but one of them that could help or work for you might be the azelaic acid, just
Oh,
because
okay.
it's quite soft on the skin. It's natural. It's derived from yeast. And when you have,
Oh,
it'll actually prevent you from getting clogged pores and spots. So you won't have to even use the toothpaste or the hemorrhoid cream because you'll just have glowy
okay.
skin
know,
consistently.
I know why I had like a breakout because I've been eating like a box of chocolates like every other day.
Yeah,
So
yeah, diet.
that's really
During
good.
lockdown, diet,
Yeah,
the fact that we're
that's
all stressed and anxious, we're just like,
yeah.
what's going to happen
Like not
next? All
working
these,
out.
no one's working as much as they were, everyone's worried about things. All these things are
Yeah.
obviously impacting our skin health, right? But what are you doing to keep yourself sort of, strong and happy during lockdown?
To be honest, like so obviously like you saw that I'd lost my dog. So I took
Yeah,
time off, and I literally because I think everyone feels that because they've now got so much time on their hands, they feel that they have to be doing stuff.
yeah,
But
of
you actually
course.
don't have to be doing stuff. So for once in my life I'm trying not to do anything and I'm trying to
Yeah,
enjoy the fact that I can just watch TV and relax. But I am
yeah.
slowly trying to re-motivate myself. Like even if it's like one or two emails a day, I'm
Mm,
trying to like get back into it, sorting out my social media content. I still have
of
auditions
course.
and making me do like auditions on Zoom and things like that.
Oh, really?
So
That's
yeah,
interesting.
it's weird. It's very
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, I had an audition the other day on Zoom and it was like, it's very weird.
Everything's become so tech and Zoom-fied, like birthday parties happening on Zoom, social
Yeah.
events, everything. Like I think the first time we're seeing the positives obviously of technology and
Oh,
media and
that's
things.
Suraj. Hello, Suraj. Sorry.
You've got your friends probably logging in from India as well. So try to pick a time that would work for India
They
as
don't pick up
well.
my calls or respond to my messages, but I can see them checking in online.
That's
Yeah.
so funny. Okay, so yeah, so wellness, you're saying that you don't have to do everything you need to do over lockdown. Everyone's talking
Yeah.
about learning a new language or doing a new recipe, but you're right. It can be a bit much, I think. It can be
Yeah,
a bit much for your mental health.
you can just take this time to just like rest, you know, and just like
Mm.
catch TV series. I watched a really good TV series called Hunters on
Oh, did
Prime.
you?
It's
I've
like
been
Nazi
watching
Hunters.
Homeland, which I just finished, which is really good.
No,
Yeah.
and I also for an order, but the thing is that even when lockdown wasn't on, I'd like watched all of it anyway, and that's like 24 seasons, and each season has 24 episodes.
And
So I'd
that
really
brings me to the question actually. So you're not doing law at all now, obviously, because you're
no,
doing
I
acting and
still have
modeling.
like no. So now I'm deciding. So I finished all my legal stuff, and now I'm deciding whether to qualify to be a barrister.
Oh
So
wow.
I spoke to my uni the other day, and they said I have 6 weeks to decide if I want to do the exam. So
So you've kept that up as well. You're like a superwoman,
yeah,
modeling, acting,
yeah,
lawyer.
I'm like so tired. No, but I don't know. It's something that obviously, like for me, I've always loved my education. I love studying, and
Yeah.
like my best friend Luke always tells me it's something that I'm good at. So
Yeah.
I I
Good.
always have there as a backup. So
That's
and
really
I was telling
good.
my mom, you know, I have to decide whether I want to do the exam or not, and she's just like, well, do the exam, you know. So
Yeah. But honestly,
let's just see.
super proud of you. That's so good to hear that you've obviously done that. And now tell us a little bit about obviously what you do with the animals, because you've obviously brought them, like the cats, over. Um,
So it was like, so obviously in India there's like a lot of stray animals, and I did my charity work here for
uh-huh,
animals. So in
uh-huh,
India we put like a neutering program in place, but proper neutering, whereby you do the pre-op care, you do the post-op care. So that means when you catch the animal, like you'll catch the
mhm.
animal the day before surgery, and then you do the whole protocol of the animal has to be starved for like 8 hours before the surgery, and then you take
Right.
them for the surgery, then you have the post-op care. So it's teaching people this whole routine of how it should be done, because then you
Yeah.
avoid things
Yeah.
like animals unnecessarily dying from like infection or stitches opening up and
Uh-huh.
things like that.
Uh-huh.
And you're teaching people like, I don't know, you're improving their relationship.
Mm. It's
So
really
like
good
that.
actually. And I think taking that stance and actually bringing them over to the UK as well was such a big move. I don't think anyone's done that before. You
Yeah,
know, and I think
no, no
the
one had
first time
done
cats were flying BA, weren't they, to come to the UK, and it was all over the papers,
so,
which is
yeah,
amazing.
it was 7 cats. It was 7 indie strays, but they were all 7 cats that I had fully rehabilitated. Like one of them, somewhat his legs had been skinned. The
Oh
other, like she was
no.
in the face.
So do
So
you
they were
run a
all.
charity in India at the moment, which is to do with the animals, or is it just something you did that time to bring them over?
I
Like,
started it around 5 years ago, just using my money, and
mm,
it's still now using my money to neuter all the animals, basically.
yeah, yeah.
And you know, there's a small team that we have in place. The charity is called I Am Change, because
Mm,
everyone can be a change,
yeah.
basically. And it's just something that we do because we love animals. It's not to make a profit or anything like that. It's
Yeah, of
because we want
course.
to
No. And the thing is, I've known you for a long time, and I know you've always loved animals. So I know it's really
yeah, if
coming
anyone
from the
says
heart. Like, yeah,
yeah,
it's not something that
we
you're
love animals.
doing. So I mean, I could just imagine that is something you would do. So when I saw that in the paper, I was like, yep, I can
Yeah,
completely understand this is something she would definitely do once out in India.
yeah.
Because obviously I'm Indian, and I know there's like stray cats and dogs everywhere. You know, sadly. So it was really nice to
Otherwise,
see that.
you've got kittens and puppies dying every like 60 days. You know, it's not right.
Mm, no, of
So
course not.
it's important. If everyone can do their bit, then you can make a difference. I remember one person
Yeah.
said to me, "Oh, but there's so many. You know, it's like a losing battle." I'm like, "Yeah, but you can start. You know,
Yeah, I
as long
think
as you
also
start."
having that mentality is a bit is you know if you had that mentality you wouldn't be able to do anything make any change because everybody would think well there's no point you know like
But everyone thinks like a problem is like so big that they're like it's not solvable. But everything
mm,
is solvable, you know? You just have to
yeah
start. The important
yeah
thing is actually to start. And then once you start, then that's the main thing.
amazing honestly you the things that you're doing are just changing I think changing people's perspectives which is so lovely because I think in the UK obviously we do have charities for animals and stuff but obviously in India it's a
It's
very
good if
different
you've got, like, RSPCA and stuff will
yeah
have like the
yeah
high level of private prosecutions, you know? But
uh-huh
RSPCA will hunt you down. I mean, that's why I
yeah
love the RSPCA because they will put you on the news, they will put you on
They'll
Facebook.
shame you and they'll expose you,
They
basically.
will
Yeah.
hunt you down and find you. So that's why I feel like in the UK, you know, a lot of people have a dog or they have a cat. You
Yeah.
know, it's like
Yeah.
you don't, like, I know, yeah, I get it. I live in Bayswater, so you don't have any
Mm.
strays or anything like that. And obviously, like, if you go out to the countryside, there are like wild cats and things like that. But you have so many charities which have such amazing like donors and things like that. There is a
Mm.
system. You
Mm.
know, there are like high
Yeah.
penalties for
Yeah,
animal cruelty. There
completely.
are sentences.
That's fantastic. So tell me now, so obviously we've talked a bit about your charities, talked about how you're doing Zoom auditions and how you're going to be in London for a while. The worst thing is you're in London for a while and we can't even meet because of lockdown. It's like
Yeah,
crazy.
no,
But tell me anything COVID related that you've been wondering, wanted to know, or, you know, any anxieties, anything that I can sort of help answer for you.
so the thing is, so I put it out to like a lot of people on here,
Yeah.
like that I know that obviously mental health has like come to the forefront
Oh yeah,
of, you know,
definitely. Yeah.
because now all of a sudden people, you know, they might be by themselves or they might be in like domestic relationships or domestic, you know, domestic issues like families and things like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just important for people to realize that they're not alone, that there are still like charities or like people that they can reach out
Yeah,
to if they
completely.
just want to talk to someone. I mean, like I suffer from like horrific anxiety, like just in general anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
But I learned to control it. I listen to music. I kind of switch my train of thought, you
Yeah,
know.
that's really interesting.
People like opening the curtains, like blasting some music, you know, things like that.
And do you feel like during the lockdown your anxiety's actually got worse, or you've had to
To
control it
be
a bit
honest,
more?
my best friend, I don't know if he's still on here, he would probably say that like I'm a bit of like a loner anyway, in the sense that
Yeah.
I enjoy spending time by myself.
Yeah,
I
you
don't,
like your own space and time, right?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that
Mhm.
is, like we'd be backstage at shows and I'd still be by
Yeah, I
myself, you
remember
know?
this about you anyway. I think
I like,
you're one of the
yeah,
people that's quite difficult. You seem quite difficult to sort of get across
yeah,
to, but when you get to
yeah,
know you, you just know that you just like your space, and that's just the way that you
yeah.
are.
It's
So
like,
I think,
yeah, because I like I'll read my books and I'll just like I'll go to
yeah,
a restaurant by myself or I can go to the cinema by myself. I don't need. It's not that it's bad that like you
yeah,
need people to go
yeah,
to them, but for me, I don't need people to
be
go to
around.
play.
So
My
lockdown must
best,
be quite nice for you then, in some ways.
to be honest, lockdown hasn't really changed like my own personal stuff
Yeah,
because
yeah.
really like by myself with my pets and I speak to my friends every day, which I do
Mm-hmm,
anyway.
mm-hmm.
So, and I'd say my best friend is a bit like that as well. Like he likes his own space, but then we'll
Yeah,
WhatsApp and to each other every day. So
that's
it hasn't really
good.
affected me in that
But
respect. But I would,
what you mentioned obviously about the mental health is really important, and the domestic violence, these are really really important
yeah,
topics to obviously bring to light, because I've been doing posts on this kind of stuff as well, because you're completely right. I
yeah,
think people do feel isolated. I think the
yeah,
elderly populations as well, they're all, you know, locked indoors and they feel there's no one to reach out to. Same with people who are, you know, even vulnerable young, have anxiety or have depression
yeah,
or anything, you know, mental health disorders. So I think knowing you can reach out is really important, and knowing where to get help, so like Good Samaritans, you know, Mind
yeah.
Charity, all these things, going onto the NHS
And
website, there's so many different
FTP as
supports
well.
there. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it's just knowing that you can reach out, and also just to friends, even if it's via, like I said, Zoom calls or
Yeah.
FaceTime or whatever it is. And most people are probably going through something similar and can actually,
Mm.
you know, identify with it. So I think that's a really
And
good
there's no
point that you
shame
made.
in it, you know. People feel
No.
like there's shame and like, but I'll just like pick up the phone to my friend and like he'll know like I'm very fortunate. My best friend Luke, he'll as soon as he picks up the phone, he kind of knows if I'm kind of like my mood is a bit off, and he'll
Yeah.
just talk to me about random things just to make me laugh, kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's
Like,
sometimes what you need, don't you? Just to be, just have a conversation about nothing. Like for me, this is quite therapeutic. So I've had the baby all day, and now I'm, you know, here, and I'm just talking
yeah, you
about
put the baby
things.
away, but
Yeah,
yeah.
put the baby away, he's gone to sleep, and now we're just talking about things that actually matter, like anxiety and mental health, and, you know, during lockdown. So I think being somebody who is a public figure, talking about that openly and saying that I've suffered from anxiety really is,
Mm.
you know, commendable, because a lot of people don't want to talk about it openly.
I
So
mean,
yeah, that's really good.
if you feel like you can't talk to people, you can always write. Or if you don't want to write, you can
Yeah.
always like, you know, it's important to get your feelings out there
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
form that
Listen to
feels
music, go for a
comfortable.
walk, these kind of things,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
do anything like to kind of release, you know, what you're feeling. And that could be through any sort
Completely,
of.
completely. That's really, really important. And then generally, I think with lockdown as well, I think it's important to remember that we're obviously
in a phase of COVID where we don't really know what the future holds. And like you said, it could be for quite a long time. So knowing that we can sustain our, our type of living, the new normal, things are different now, aren't they? So it's just being able to sustain that over time.
And people find uncertainty scary, but it's kind of like, it's okay, like everyone is in this together, and you just gotta put one foot in front of the other and just keep on walking, basically.
Yeah. And how were things like when you were in India? Had it all started off and kicked off there by the time when you were there?
I was just leaving India before they put the lockdown in place.
Yeah.
So, because I knew they were going to put a lockdown in place, so I kind of got out pretty fast.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
My OCI and things like that. I needed to get home to my dog and my cat.
Yeah.
So, but their version of lockdown, you can't really compare lockdowns because, I mean, India's got a population of like 1.35 billion.
I know.
So their lockdown is super, like, literally locked down because they've got such a huge population. So you can't afford for something so uncertain to spread so rapidly.
Yeah, because it will spread increasingly. Yeah, exactly. I think actually India have been quite good with their lockdown, and they've been quite strict about, obviously,
their lockdown is like beyond strict. It's like, it's fully like, lockdown. UK didn't really have, I wouldn't even describe it as a lockdown, you still have people queuing at windows and things like that.
I think since Boris said you can go out for a bit longer, as long as you want, I think everything's pretty much.
Even before that, though, when they said, there was a lockdown, shops were still open. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were. Like supermarkets.
Yeah, so you're still out and about. In India, like, you are literally under lockdown.
So how would you get your groceries and stuff if you're in India then?
I think it's like only like one person's allowed out. I mean, someone can correct me if they want, but it is very, very, there's a heavy police presence. So the police over there are doing like a brilliant job.
Which I think is really important, because I think here we're just not, we haven't quite, my own opinion, obviously being a doctor, I think that we went into lockdown too late, firstly, I think here, we dilly-dallied a little bit. And then once we got into it, I think we were doing okay and we're keeping morale up. I mean, you can't, in this country, people are not going to just sit at home and do nothing. That's the other thing to remember. However, they were doing that. And then I think Boris decided...
Bob said that in India, only one person is allowed out with a mask,
and gloves. Yeah. So here, for example, one person's allowed out to go to the supermarket. However, there's no guidance on mask or gloves, for example. And then the recent talk from the government said, okay, you can all go out and you can meet one person outside your household, and you can, and you should consider wearing a mask. But again, no clear guidance. So I think the problem here is that there's not clear guidance anywhere, and it's a bit, hit and miss, which makes me worried that it might spread again and we might get a second spike, and we might all be in lockdown for longer, which is a bit annoying.
I think
someone's written dilly-dallied big time. Yes, that we did. We dilly-dallied big time in the UK.
No, I mean, what I think it's difficult to compare countries because like every demographic is like different.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perspective. I can't compare countries because I don't think it's right to compare countries because there's different aging populations. For example, India and Africa have like the world's youngest, populations, whereas somewhere like Italy has the highest aging population.
Exactly.
So
I
feel that each country has to focus on, what their demographic is.
Demographic completely.
Even in terms of like, when they say, we're the highest death rate, like in Europe, each country as well is reporting and recording like the COVID deaths differently.
Yeah.
And even the World Health Organization says that you can't compare because of this fact.
You can't, because if you've got an aging population anyway and you're having deaths from coronavirus, you might be having a completely different type of incidence and death rate than obviously a country who doesn't have an aging population, right?
And then I think like the media are like firstly like completely like irresponsible. There's like a lot of like fear-mongering and things like that going on. And it is like, I can't believe that, you have a prime minister that has to tell the population, wash your hands. It should be something
I know.
Wash your hands, your mouth, and you just have to think, even say, for example, when we're in flu season and people know that flu can kill, you'll still see people sneezing without covering their mouths.
And I think even now, not everyone's following that rhetoric, and
how long, like after it's all over, will they continue,
Yeah, well, until we have a vaccine, I think people will just carry on as they are. And I think people are getting bored, especially in the UK, and they want to go out now. Summer's coming, you know, and that's the culture here, that you're all out and about, you're in the beer gardens, you're out in the park. So I think it's hard to control people and keep them in lockdown unless you put on a very strict system where you are, you know, fining people. And I think the government hasn't quite alluded to that yet. So, you know, we don't know what's
But
going to happen.
it's
Someone's
difficult
written,
to
people need more vitamin D, and there has been some studies on why ethnic minorities are actually getting COVID-19 a lot more than obviously Caucasians and non-BAMEs. And I think it's basically because there may be a connection with low vitamin D, but also comorbidities. If you're more likely to have things like diabetes or heart problems, etc., which lots of people who are from ethnic minority background do have, then you're more likely to obviously suffer when and if you get infected with COVID. So that might be one of the reasons why as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I have a few questions for you, Elena. A lot of from the followers have asked. So one of them has asked, how do you deal with obviously having to put makeup on and off through all your different shoots and things? How do you deal with the stress? What do you do to your skin, or you know, for yourself, to kind of give yourself a break from that on and off makeup?
So generally, like, I don't wear makeup anyway. If I don't have to wear it, then I won't wear it. And I always make sure that at the end of the day after a shoot, that makeup comes straight off, you know, because your skin can be in it, especially when you're filming. So as soon as I'm done, I literally wipe it all off, and I literally exfoliate and cleanse and everything like that.
Right.
Like,
and when they're using makeup on your skin, this is a question actually I wanted to ask. Do you, because obviously everyone has different skin types and different products that work for their skin. For example, I have oily acne skin, so I'll never use a product that has oils in it. Or I always look for non-comedogenic or non-blocking foundations and makeup. So do you ask your makeup artist, like, what are you putting on my skin? You know, what product is this?
Yeah, I mean, generally now it's makeup artists that I always work with, so they know my skin. But when you meet a new one, I think my main thing is, are your brushes clean? Because it doesn't matter what makeup.
That's a really important question.
And if your brushes are dirty, then yeah, it doesn't matter what makeup you're using on my skin. You're not touching my skin.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And do they sort of do like a skin sort of system before they start their makeup, or they cleanse and tone for you, etc.?
Yeah, no, so they do the whole like cleansing, toning, and then moisturizing and things like that. But my first thing is, like, I will have a look at the brushes. If those brushes aren't clean, they're not touching my face. I don't care. They won't touch my face.
Yeah, but have you ever come across
brushes, how much bacteria you get on makeup brushes?
Definitely. Keeping your brushes clean is really important, because you will have bacteria, and that will then go on to obviously give you breakout and skin irritation. But do you ask them? Have you ever had a situation where the brushes have been not clean or dirty?
Yeah, and I'm like, okay. So I'm like,
really?
This is my money maker. So if you're gonna mess this up, I will sue you. No, I will just be like, you need to wash your brushes, otherwise it's not touching my. And that's basic hygiene. It's very simple.
But generally in India, do you find that generally in India, everyone who works on your skin and face are quite professional with all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, no, there is. Like, I think there's a kind of representation that people think, oh, because it's India, the standards are different. That's not true. Like, I've met some talented like individuals over there, more so than here or anywhere else.
So interesting. And so tell me, what in the past couple of years, let's say, what one of your favorite shoots and where it's been, because I know you travel all over the place for shoots and things. What's been one of your favorite ones that you've really enjoyed?
Probably when I did the Kingfisher calendar and I went to South Africa, because
I still remember that picture, and you looked incredible.
Thank you. No, for me it was because I went swimming with great white sharks. That's why it was my favorite.
Because you had a few. There's one where you're like stretched out and elongated, and I just remember thinking.
That was the one in South Africa. That was, so I got like people, then my friends messaging me on my phone at the same time. So I'm just trying to ignore them, because they're just, they wouldn't dare write to me Insta Live, but they'll send it on a message. But no, so South Africa was probably like my favorite, simply because of the great part.
Yeah.
And that was because we had half the morning off. So me and this other model woke up really early, and it was like a 3-hour car drive from where we were. Went swimming with the great white sharks, came back, and then I did that shot that you're talking about.
Yeah, that shot was, I mean, legs for days. Legs for days. It was amazing. I know you've done some really, like, literally crazy shoots and stuff, but I remember that one as well, and it was just so good. Okay, other question that I have for you, obviously you've worked with Bollywood stars, and you're working, you know, you are a Bollywood actress yourself. How has it been? I saw your advert with Ranbir Kapoor, where you did the India ad. You've done a few others. Obviously,
Yeah,
I don't know if
that
language
was
is
a
a
great.
barrier or if you're learning Hindi. How's the journey been from that perspective?
I mean, I think Hindi will always be like an ongoing like it will always be like an
Progress,
ongoing type of thing.
yeah,
But I mean, I love that ad because that was on TV like 600 times a day. Like it was
yeah.
ridiculous for like 7 weeks. So, and that was like a really fun ad. He was like really fun to work with. Every male actor I've worked with has been really nice. So I've been
Oh,
fortunate. And it's been on big projects.
yeah.
So
Because
it's
you've
been
done a few
nice actually.
films as well, haven't you? You did Badla,
Yes,
which
I've worked
obviously,
with Akshay and I've worked with Seth Ali Khan. And they're just
yeah,
all super lovely, to be honest. They're like really down to earth, grounded people. So I really
that,
like them.
that's so
Neil
good.
Nitin Mukesh is one of my favorites. He's really lovely and sweet.
Say that again.
Also, Neil Nitin Mukesh.
Okay, yes,
He's
yes, yes.
and then there's my friends like Suraj, who's very sweet. Annoying, but very sweet.
Well, it looks like you've obviously been breaking in and doing so well out there. And for somebody who doesn't speak the language, I think the fact that you're learning and obviously trying to,
Yeah.
get down that path is important. Because I think obviously with Bollywood, but then again, with Bollywood now, not every character is in Hindi. Like they do have
Well,
characters that
that's
speak
in
English.
English. And, like, people can't really say, if they say, oh, your Hindi's bad, it's not like
Yeah,
then I'm going to turn around and say, oh, well, your English is bad. You
bad.
know, at
Yeah,
least I'm
yeah,
trying. That's the main thing. It's like, it's
completely,
important that you're putting an effort. I find it
completely.
very when people say,
Completely. And so what kind of projects are you hoping to do, obviously in the UK as well, because you come back now, so you're back in the UK, woo, with us.
yeah.
You know,
I do more digital stuff. Like I love things like the Amazon Prime originals and things like that.
hmm
Like I love hunting, like I was telling you about. A show like
yeah,
that would be
yeah,
really good. So, but I'm not
awesome.
the person that says, "Oh my God, I want the lead" or "I want this." I want characters that I can resonate with and that I can
Yeah.
truly deliver. That's the main thing.
Well, you
So
look
I'm not.
fab whatever you're doing, to be honest.
Thank you.
And so any skin
Hmm?
questions or anything to do with wellness, any questions that you have come in that you want me to answer, let me know and I can do that now.
So I think, let me think. So skin wise, I always mix up my routine because otherwise my skin gets used to a product. So I always just mix it up. What would you say, like even actually in terms of health, that people should be doing to kind of give them more energy?
Okay, that's a good question. So right now, obviously, because they're all indoors and all doing the same sort of routine, it can feel that our energy levels are kind of low, which is weird. Do you think if you're resting more, your energy levels will be
Yeah.
higher? But actually, it can sometimes be the other way. So definitely things like graded exercise. So don't obviously go out and go and have a hit out and do 2 hours of a run or something, but gradual. So making sure that you're doing a little bit of a run every day or a little bit of a walk and getting yourself up to some sort of target, for example. So that lots of people are doing the 5K for NHS Heroes or the couch to 5K, which kind of gets you to graded exercise, and that really gets your energy levels up. In terms of supplements, I'm not a great fan of just taking tablets for the sake of it. I think that having a healthy, balanced diet is really important, making sure you're getting all your vitamins in through a good diet. Vitamin C, which is an antioxidant, making sure you're getting plenty of that in to keep your energy levels
Are
up,
there any
protein,
specific,
carb, a
are there
good
any
mix of
specific?
things.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think mixing it up is really important for ensuring that you're keeping those energy levels up. And I think the other thing to say is sleep, because I think if you're doing nothing all day, which a lot of us are doing right now, and then it's hard to get to sleep at night and to keep it going. A lot of us have insomnia. I'm watching Netflix at 3, 4 in the morning, and then the routine's all messed up. So I think trying to do things that are going to get you into a Zen zone, so you have a bit of a routine. So you might want to go to bed at midnight, but you're going to watch your Netflix episode, put that away, put all your blue light devices away, do a bit of meditation or deep breathing, and then try and get to bed. So these kind of things will obviously give you good sleep. And obviously the next day you'll feel a bit more energized. Somebody's written, surely you cannot get all the vitamin and minerals from just food. Agreed, you can't, not always, especially if you're somebody who has deficiency in something. But I'm saying generally, I don't think you should replace that with food with just vitamins from a box, because that's not going to necessarily give you what you need naturally. Your body absorbs food and nutrients from food better than it does from a capsule or a pill.
What do you think of like protein shakes and things like that? Do you think then that's also just like people
That's
should
a
be
really
actually
interesting
having this
question,
protein?
actually, because I think if you can get the protein you need from your meal, that's great. But I think for a lot of people, that's like Amani's saying, that's not always feasible, because you may be busy doing stuff, you're not eating a full meal, or you're not able to, you know, stomach in just that much protein or that much thing. You don't like it. You might be wanting to eat meat or eating fish or whatever it is, or eating egg, might be vegan, whatever it is. So then in those circumstances, I think it's important to obviously replenish that. And yes, then I would say a protein shake's not a bad idea, but a lot of people would just replace meals with like a shake, which I think is not the best. You're not going to get the nutrients you need from just doing that. So you should try to, you know, have a balance, I think, with the two. Personally, I would have a protein shake every so often because I obviously have a newborn baby, I'm running around. So if I skip a meal or something, I'm trying to get on top of my calories and make sure that I'm still having the right amount of energy. So I will then have something that's rich in protein, whether it's a protein bar or a protein shake, that kind of thing. But I won't, you know, implement that instead of a meal or replace it instead of a meal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do protein shakes anyway, but yeah, no, I was just wondering because like
yeah,
everyone
I think
I
also
know
if you're gymming, a lot of people who gym and they're trying to put bulk on, they will need excess protein to do that. So they'll try and have their meal and then fish, chicken, whatever, and then a shake on top when they're bulking up. So that kind of thing, I think, is also quite common. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
So it's been so lovely talking to you, Eleanor. Honestly, catching up with you has been fantastic. I hope that you're keeping well.
We spoke was gossip session.
I know. Do you remember that? I remember, what was it? WhatsApp gossip. I think it was WhatsApp gossip session, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a WhatsApp gossip. You sent me a message that you saw someone who we shall not name.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that. That's to be continued.
Yeah, that is to be continued. That was quite funny, actually. Yeah.
But you know, it's so lovely having you back in London, and so lovely for you to obviously want to come on to here and have a chat with me. We've had a bit of an all-round chat about everything, and you know, if you do have any other questions or anything, any of your followers have any questions, obviously I'm a doctor based in the UK, but questions about COVID, questions about wellness, questions about skin.
So much good advice as well. Like, you know, I've seen like your stories and your posts, you know, just like small little snippets, and your captions go into like such detail so that people can understand.
I try to give a bit of information on social media because I think right now as well, if you're not able to see your doctor for routine appointments or things that, you know, just general health, there's so many questions out there about what should I be doing to boost my immunity, what should I be doing for my wellness. So all these sort of things you can find on my page. So do have a look. And any of my followers who don't follow Elena right now, you need to be following her because she's amazing and her journey is obviously amazing.
Follow her Faith Bible. She really is the Bible of everything. And it's good because there's so much, you know, mixed information out there that people don't know what's real, what's not, what's fake news, what's actual news, and things like that. So it's good that you give clarity and you actually say it in plain English. You know, you don't.
Yeah, and I think that's a really, really important point you've made actually, because I think when I started my page off, obviously the Face Bible was my clinic, but when I started my health promotion post, one of the things that was really the reasons why I was motivated to do it is because I saw so much misinformation on the internet, so much misinformation on social media about, you know, skin, about health. And I think if you're seeing that as a doctor, it can be a little bit annoying because you're just thinking, well, people are getting the wrong information here, and they're going to go and put that on their face or go and do that, you know, and it can be harmful if it's written and it reaches the wrong audience. So I think it's really important to have information that's verified. And so, thank you so much for joining me, Eleanor.
Thank you so much, Raj. It's been a pleasure.
We'll catch up very soon. We will. I'll have a debrief. And I hope you have a really, really wonderful Sunday evening. And I'm sending you lots of love.
I feel so tired today. So
I know, same. I feel like I need to snooze, but I'm actually going to go and have cocktails now. Making some homemade cocktails and a bit of nachos, I think, for the evening.
I was thinking of like stepping out to like Waitrose to get some food, but like I think it's closing in like 10 minutes. So
but you've not got like a local supermarket like a Tesco Express or something.
But I'm like a Waitrose and Marks.
I remember how much of a Waitrose fan you are actually.
Yeah. You can like literally taste the difference. So
you know what? You really get along with my husband because he says that all the time. Like literally, he'll be like, "But just know when it's from Waitrose."
But you do. I honestly think you can taste the difference. Like when it comes to like certain foods, I get it from Marks because you can. For me, I think you can taste.
Oh, Marks, as well. I think Marks and Waitrose, you can't go wrong, really, can you? Yeah. But for all your snacks, I mean, a good Sainsbury's is not going to go amiss, is it really? Waitrose just don't do the snacks that you need. Like they just don't do those satisfying snacks.
I mean, to be honest, I can get a box of Gilead chocolates from anywhere, but I wanted to get that. Yeah, but I don't know.
Well, I hope you have a good evening, and I hope whatever you choose to do, whether you go to Waitrose or not, let me know later. You can WhatsApp me, and I can find out whether you went or not. And I hope you have.
You're going back to work.
Well,
or
obviously I'm on maternity leave as well, so not anytime soon, but the clinic is still virtually, I'm still doing consultations. So I've got clients who are obviously emailing me, and we're doing FaceTime and face-to-face, Zoom calls and things for skin and for any sort of aesthetic queries. But for the actual health and the NHS stuff, I'm not going back just yet. So probably a couple of months until I go back. So that's why I'm concentrating more on my online stuff.
You and your husband, we should do a dinner and have like a proper catch up.
Completely, and I can't wait for that. But that's been literally like 10 years coming, so it's going to happen once this lockdown's lifted. So you're here now, so I'm going to pin you down and make it happen. And you have to come to the clinic as well.
Yeah, no, 100%. Is that Heathrow Airport? I was telling people.
It's in Heathrow. So it's in the terminals. It's Terminal 5. But actually, by the time this lockdown's lifted, we're opening a second clinic in Windsor. So not too far from where I live, but it's literally going to be around the corner, and it's not going to be in the terminal, so you can just come there. And I will do you a lovely consultation, and then we can go through your skin. You can stop using toothpaste on your skin. How about that?
Yeah. Thanks, Raj.
Lovely speaking to you. Take care, darling. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, Raj.
Bye.